People for Bikes is set to host an event focused on new developments, trends, and more around e-bikes. That's why Allison is here to share more. Hey, Allison.
Yes.
Good to
Hi,
see
how
you.
are you guys doing?
Yeah, great. Can you share a little bit more with us on your mission there at People for Bikes? What do you do?
Sure. People for Bikes, we are the leader in cycling advocacy, so we work on policy, legislation, and activation. More people on bikes is our goal, and we're doing that work right here in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, okay.
Can we talk about the SHIFT conference? Fill us in on that. What's it all about?
SHIFT, People for Bikes holds 2 annual leadership conferences for the cycling industry. This one in Northwest Arkansas is all about the e-bike. Largest growing category in cycling. We're seeing the trend across the industry. So we have about 200 industry folk coming in, legislators, and all kinds of folks just to talk about what's happening with the e-bikes.
Sure, absolutely.
Fascinating.
Why is Bentonville the perfect place to hold this conference?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed,
No,
but there's a few bikes
oblivious.
around town.
Okay,
you know.
okay. I've only seen
a couple.
2.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's news to me.
With 500 miles single track here available, this is the leaders in cycling in the nation, and we feel like it's going to be the next North American headquarters for cycling. So it is the perfect backdrop, and what a great opportunity for us to show off the natural state.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. You talked about some special people that are going to be here. Any people you can name drop that will be here for the conference?
I've got a couple. Well, there's a little company you might have heard of called Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
I'm a little bit familiar with that
So
one.
we'll have a few leaders from their team talking about how e-bikes are going to be playing in the new home campus.
Okay.
Mary Boyle, who is the commissioner for the Consumer Product Safety, will be here. So there's going to be lots to come see and do and hear. And if you're local and you don't want to come for the whole conference, we have a hospitality pass,
Okay.
which is $100 and still gets you into all the social events. So whether you're someone in the cycling industry or just an enthusiast, lots of opportunities to be a part of this conference.
Yeah, absolutely. Why do you think e-bikes are exploding so much? Not exploding so much the bike itself. Let me just put that out there. But
Well,
as far as popularity.
And that is one of the topics we're going to talk about are e-bike batteries and keeping them safe and recycling them. There's a conversation to be had right now. There's legislation that's going to affect e-bikes and the battery conversation. So that is one of the things we're going to be talking about, actually, Jacqueline. You're on the money there.
What do you think is something people need to know? Maybe they're on the fence because we hear a lot about e-bikes, but
Yeah.
actually purchasing or getting on one, there
Sure.
seems to be kind of a barrier there. How
Yes.
can we educate?
So I think one of the things that we're seeing that's changing is that younger and younger people are using e-bikes. It used to be more about accessibility, and now it's not so much about barriers, but the opportunity to ride longer, ride harder. If you're commuting, it's a great way to show up to a meeting and you're not sweaty.
Oh.
So the e-bikes really are changing the way people are getting around globally.
That's a good point, because I remember, having my bike, I used to think, I'll bike to work. And
Right.
then you get there and you're all bedraggled and your clothes are falling off of yourself there. And so this is a great way to consider getting to work a little bit more maybe efficiently, green. So I love that.
I would challenge anyone to go for an e-bike ride. I mean, just like riding when you were a kid, it is just as much fun, and I guarantee you can't help but smile.
Yeah, that's one thing I loved about being a part of the summit a couple of weeks ago was I did get that nostalgia back of being a kid and riding a bike, and all that came rushing back. So that was great.
I promise it's just as much fun.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
a lot of fun.
Can you give us the details one more time on when and where the SHIFT
Sure.
conference is happening?
It's going to be next week. It runs Monday through Wednesday in Bentonville at the Record. There
Okay.
are still tickets available if you go to peopleforbikes.shift.org. You can pick up your ticket. So please come join us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds great. Thanks for
Awesome.
joining
Thank you.
us.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You too.
absolutely.